Welcome everybody to Pork and Reviews. Once again, I'm your host Pork. Today what I have for you is a little different than what I've been doing. I just picked up this 4K Blu-ray version of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I did have to order it from Zavi, and then I believe it shipped in from the UK. As it stands right now, there's no physical media release of this film in the United States or North America at this time. I know there's some rumors that it might be coming at some point. I know that I believe some possible release date for Canada may have popped up online, but we haven't received any official word from the studio or the director or anything. And me being a big fan of this particular movie, um, I decided to just go ahead and take a shot in the dark and try this out from overseas. One thing to note: all 4K Blu-ray movies are region free. There's no region lock on there. You just got to be careful if you're buying Blu-rays or DVDs from across the sea, because many times those do have region locks. Europe is region B, I believe, and I think Asia might be region C. I mean, if you have a region free Blu-ray player, by all means, knock yourself out. But most folks don't. Most folks don't know how to get past that region lock if they don't have a region free player. So just FYI, and you make sure you're dotting all your I's, crossing all your T's if you decide to go down the import Blu-ray route. I'm not sure if the Blu-ray version of this is region free or not. I did not get it. I got the 4K version, and just something to note. As far as I know, this does not come with a Blu-ray version of the movie. It is only the 4K version, and I believe there's 2 discs here. So why don't we go ahead and do a quick unboxing, and then we'll get back to it. Be right back. All right, let's see what we got here. This is the slip cover. I'm pretty standard stuff, nothing too fancy. Those American audiences notice the rating classification of the European rating classification. Let's get this plastic case out. Now, you might be wondering why I didn't go for the steel book case. The steel book case for this movie looks terrible. They did a terrible job with it. It looks stupid. So I actually prefer the standard plastic case for this particular release. You see here special features. Really just the one special feature. All right, let's get this open. I gotta be careful. I don't want to push too hard. There we go. Inside. Maybe I didn't cut it enough. Let me hurry up and get this open. There we go. There we go. Alright. Let's crack her open. Oof, awful. WB, don't be putting your terrible, terrible crap in here. Thank you. Alright. 2 discs. I mean, the artwork looks awesome. I really love those black and white posters that they made leading up to this film. So we got 2 4K 100 discs here, 100 gigabyte discs. All right, yeah, looks good. All right, let's get back to the review. All right, folks, let's get back to the review. I'm not gonna get too much into the movie. For those of you who have not seen it yet, I it for me, it's probably one of the best superhero movies ever made. Just it's a story that's I mean, it has a 4 hour runtime. Everything is fully fleshed out, borderline indulgent. I love every second of it. I mean, maybe there might be a good like 20, 30 minutes you could probably trim from the movie, but truth is the movie just even at 4 hours it paces very well. It never feels like it's a 4 hour movie. It really does feel like it definitely feels like a fully fleshed out movie. I mean, it's very fulfilling. It does unfortunately end on a cliffhanger that we'll never get. More on that later. But if you haven't seen the movie, if you have HBO Max in the United States or wherever you are in the world, go ahead and watch this movie. If you're thinking about purchasing this disc, then let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. So, one thing to note: this release is very bare bones. There's one. Somehow I got my Bulldog hair in here. For those of you who've been following me, I got that big white dog, and his hair gets everywhere. But the disc itself, the is very, very, very bare bones. There's one special feature that clocks in about 24 minutes. With Zack Snyder reflecting on, all three movies in the DC universe that he did. That's Man of Steel, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and then this film. That's really the only special feature on this disc. No movie trailers. There's no the Justice is Gray version is not here. So if you were thinking that both versions of the movie were going to be included in this release, because it's two discs. If you're thinking it was going to be included on there, I know a lot of people did, it is not. It's just the film spread apart on two discs. I know some of you may not be happy about having to switch discs mid-movie, but I have to say, and this is where I'm going to get into this, the video in this release is phenomenal. This movie, from my understanding, was shot on 35 millimeter, and when they added the effects and everything, I believe this is a 4K digital intermediary, which means that this movie is native in 4K. So you're getting a native 4K presentation with this film. And for those of you who are, just not tuned into that, there's not a single Marvel MCU movie that is shot natively in 4K. They were all shot at about 2K, and every version that you see that's 4K is actually an upconvert from the 2K digital intermediary. And that has a lot to do with, because they're very special effects heavy, and special effects can be very expensive and time consuming to render in 4K. Yet somehow they did it for this film. So I don't know what the excuse is there, but this film is damn near reference quality, in my opinion, for the 4K physical media format. I mean, you get some grain because it is shot in film, and, Zack Snyder always got to have some grain in there. But, I mean, textures, colors, the HDR grading is fantastic here. And then it helps that the movie is split apart to two discs. 4K discs are about 100 gigabytes per disc, and, that means they use very minimal compression when they put this film on the disc. So you're getting probably the best way to see this movie outside of going to a special IMAX presentation of it. I can't emphasize this enough. Even if you had the best internet possible available to you, and you stream this movie on HBO Max, it is not going to look as good as this disc. This is the truth, I promise you. This is the best way to see this film, at least from a visual standpoint. Now, let's get into the audio. And once again, this disc is hands over fist better than anything you can get from streaming this movie on any streaming platform. The Dolby Atmos True HD sound that they have, sound mix that they have for this film, is amazingly good. The low frequency channel, your subwoofer channel, is so intense. I mean, it had my whole house just shaking. And you know, it's funny because I've seen this film more than a handful of times on HBO Max, and just watching it off of this disc felt like a completely different experience in my home theater setup. I mean, I had I had the volume a certain way because I knew that that's how the streaming version of this film sounded. And when this sound mix really takes off, I mean, I had to scramble for the remote to cut it down a little bit. I mean, the detailing in there is fantastic. There is I promise you, I've seen this movie 8 times on streaming. 8 times. And listening to this mix on this disc, it was a completely different experience for me. Just in terms of the details that you can hear, the directional audio, the height, all of that. It's just a phenomenal experience to watch this in physical media. I can't recommend this enough. So audio, I mean, out of 4 stars, video, I'm gonna give this 4 stars. For audio, I'm gonna give this 4 stars. Special features, 1. 1 star. I mean, there's just not really much there. I'm sure they could have fit more on here, but I'm a little curious if whenever this does get released, if it gets released in the United States or in North America, I should say. I wonder if it'll be the same release, or are we going to get something a little more robust with, Justice is Gray as well. Something, I'm not sure, but I hope so. Simply because there's so much support material for this film. There's a bunch of documentaries, and, people have been talking about this film a lot. I'd love to have like a director's commentary, but with Zack Snyder, even some of the stars and the actors in this film. I'd love to have that. I don't know if it's ever been recorded. I'm not sure. I know that Zack Snyder and Warner Brothers aren't really vibing right now, so hopefully this is something that we can still get in the future. But I mean, if you're one of those people, though, let me just wrap this up. If you're one of those people who is angry at Warner Brothers because of the Snyderverse, and you're all about restore the Snyderverse, and you want to boycott HBO Max, but you still really want your Justice League, get this 4K version of this disc, and you can cancel your HBO Max if this is the only reason why you have HBO Max. Get this, because it is amazingly good. It is an amazingly good transfer. It really does change this experience with watching this film by watching it on physical media. I can't recommend it enough. That being said, if you don't want to go and buy this from overseas and have it shipped over, wait it out. I mean, hopefully it will come on physical media in the United States at some point, but we'll see. So that's all I have for you today. Once again, my name is Pork. Thanks for watching my channel here. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I have more content coming your way. Thank you very much. Have a good night and God bless.